and welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction, the final one of the day. That freaking 7 hours later, we'll be back after it's over. We'll be back like 7 hours later after this is over for the Formula One Grand Prix. And yes, New York has won the NBA championship for the first time in 53 years. I watched the final seconds. I'm happy for OG Anunoby. You know what? New York deserves this, even if it's cooked. You know what? They deserve it. Nah, I just hope 93 loses the Stanley Cup tomorrow. But with that being said, and then the Marlies win the Calder Cup. With that being said, Canada gets out of the group stage of the World Cup. By the way, Danhausen's curse is real. Yildiz on the bench. Ah, yes, okay, Yildiz is on the bench. Okay, with that being said, we're live tonight for Australia versus Türkiye. FIFA World Cup 2026 Group D. Over or under 29.5 injuries at the celebrations. I'm not betting on that. That's just mean. I'm not betting on that. That's just mean. For Australia, Matty Ryan benched. Yep, there's Patrick Beach in goal. Thank you for that. Australia, Türkiye. We begin our final match of the day to start in the final match of Group D. Where will there be a two teams with 3 at the top of the group, or will there be a draw here? Starting 11s are as follows. Only a laugh for this one. Once it's over, I'm going back upstairs. I'm going to try to get some sleep. How much? I have no clue. Either way. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Starting 11. Patrick Beach in goal. The back 3 of Alessandro Cercati, Harry Suter, Cameron Burgess. Right wing back, Jacob Italiano. CDM, Aiden O'Neill of New York City FC. CDM, Paul Ocon. Angstler. Left wing back, Jordan Boss. CAM, center attacking mids, Nestori Irakunda. The guy who scored on Canada, by the way, in that friendly. Connor Metcalf and striker Mohamed Toure. For Türkiye, in goal, Uğurcan Kakir, Ferdi Kagi, left back Ferdi Kadioglu, center back Abdul Karim Bardakci, Mara Demiral, sure. Mara Demiral. You can see how tired I'm getting. Zeki Çelik, Ismail Yoksek, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Barış Alper Yilmaz, Orkun Koku, Arda Güler, Kerem Atatürkoğlu for Türkiye. You could just tell how scratching my throat's getting and how tired I'm getting. You could tell. With that being said, with all that, here we are. We're going to get this game going, and we'll be on our way. New York is Gotham City. It's the city of champions. Well, I don't know about that. Well, I guess if you're talking about New York itself, but either way. With that being said, one more game today, and then we have the frickin' World Cup. Here we go. Here we go. 4th game of the day. Then we have a Formula One Grand Prix at 8 in the morning. We have 4 more games today, or tomorrow, and then 4 more games Monday. But at least the games seem to end pretty early on Sunday. I mean, compared to this. Or maybe not. 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Habs got 3 wins away from the Stanley Cup final. We're going to break the Canadian curse. Maybe, but maybe the Leafs come back and do it. Maybe the Leafs just had a season where, I'm kind of glad they fell on their face, because then, man, what would happen if, like, Game 6, they were in the Stanley Cup final and they were playing in Game 6 during, like, the first couple of days of the World Cup? Center ref, Jesus Valenzuela from Venezuela for this game. VAR referee, Tatiana Guzman. And they're at BC Place in Vancouver. Australia, Patrick Beach in goal. Jordan Boss, Cameron Burgess, Harry Suter, Alessandro Cercati, Jacob Italiano, Nestori Iracunda, Aiden O'Neill, Paul Ocon Engsler, Connor Metcalf, and Mohamed Toure for Australia. In this game. Some of Australia's better players are on the bench. Türkiye, Ugurkan Kakir, Ferdi Kadioglu, Abdul Karim Bardakci, Mera Demiral, Zeki Çelik, Ismail Yusek, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Barış Alper Yilmaz, Orkun Koku, Arda Güler, and Kerem Atatürkoğlu for Türkiye. Damn. Here we go. Australia versus Turkey. Turkey wearing their red, Australia wearing their yellow. And we will begin in seconds. Burgess could have been at Timber a year ago, but he stayed in Europe. He probably made the right decision. Honestly, I think he made the right decision. McChronicle says I'm Greek Canadian, so anybody but Turkey. I didn't realize Turkey and Greece had problems. Huh. I didn't realize that was a thing. But it doesn't surprise me. And we're off. The final game of the day. And that's off the arm. Here comes Australia. That's going to go out and blocked away for a throw-in. My throat's starting to get scratchy. My prediction score for Australia versus Turkey, 1-2. I could see that. Frankly, I don't even remember what I had predicted for this game. I think a draw. I think it was a draw. Either way. BC Place, Vancouver, Canada. Oh, so they get to keep their name. I guess it's because it's not a sponsor. Officially, Canada is hosted in 2 different cities. Yes, and that's... I think there's... No. Either way. I don't think so. Playing forward. Australia and Turkey. Now you're making me wonder, is there? There it is. Ball crossed in. You're up for this? I told you I'd be doing every game. Even though there's a Formula One Grand Prix at 8 in the morning, I will get some sleep. I think. I'll try. 2 minutes in. Thank God I have that Lando Norris Brandon Monster energy for tomorrow morning. How's Valenzuela as a ref? I haven't seen much of him, so. Warren Barton. I'll listen to him. I like him. I like Warren Barton, too. 2 minutes in, 0-0. playing forward. 2:19. Türkiye have the ball at the edge of the box. Vancouver and Toronto. It's just Vancouver and Toronto. Okay. I thought it was, but this game is accurately timed to when the A-League starts. A-League versus Super League. I'm sad Haiti lost. I'm disappointed. There's a difference. I normally don't cover the A-League games. That's the thing, though. 3 minutes in. Hope Haiti could get more dual nationals. That would be nice. Corner here for Türkiye. Haiti videos seem to be doing a bit better. Corner for Türkiye. Ball crossed in. Çalhanoğlu. Header over the bar. You have to pay for ESPN Plus for the A-League. Oh, I have ESPN Plus. Just that I don't do the A-League games. Cross in, header. Over the top. 3:56. Brought down here. By the way, NYC is so quiet and people thought the street would be filled with fire already. Give it a second. Give it a second. I'm not saying it is what it is, but I'm sure it's gonna. I'm sure when things start setting in a little bit, that's when shit gets a bit more wild. I'm sure. At least that's my opinion. It depends. Danhausen's curse is real. Don't mess with Danhausen. Oh, Danhausen congratulated them. Danhausen! Danhausen's going to get such a crazy pop when they go back to MSG. I swear, man. I can't wait. Man, if anything, I'm the most happy for OG Anunoby and Danhausen. Tony Khan fumbled. Tony Khan fumbled. He got rid of Danhausen just for Danhausen to uncurse New York, and New York wins the NBA championship. And Danhausen got more over than he's ever been. Six minutes in. Okay. Over the top. Seven minutes in. Seven minutes in, 0-0. Cross in. Caught. Oh. Good catch. Playing forward. Türkiye. Fast break. Damn, I didn't realize Türkiye was that fast. Outford. I didn't realize they were that fast. They're fast. What's with these Eastern European nations being so solid? Oh, yeah, by the way, Scotland got the first European UEFA win at the World Cup this year. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Well, I think most people probably. Either way. Well, no, Switzerland, people would have thought it was probably going to be Switzerland. But who would have thought that the first UEFA winner at this tournament would be Scotland? Bottle it up. This is probably the best it gets. Bottle it up. This is probably the best it gets. Playing forward. Playing forward. Did you know the Qatar match, a technical outage happened where the animated players couldn't be generated? Well, I saw there was a technical outage, but that was the Morocco game. Are you saying there was a different technical outage? I guess so then. Ten minutes in. Brought down, that's going to go out. Damn, FIFA's got some screw-ups going on then. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. It was minute 14 for the Qatar versus Swiss match. Oh, is that around the time they... Hold on. Well, there you go. That's why I wasn't called offside. That's why the penalty was a penalty. Oh, well, that makes sense. So Switzerland actually probably should have lost to Qatar, frankly, is what you're saying. Because they never should have had that penalty in the first place. Which, I mean, again, what do you want the goalie to do? So, I mean, there's sort of that angle as well. But, you know, there's sort of that angle as well. But 11 minutes in. Well, what do you know? Ain't that some shit? 0-0. FIFA basically screwed Qatar. Well, if the Swiss didn't score, they probably would have scored another way. They didn't. So, if we're going by what we saw, Qatar should have won that game. FIFA saying VAR wasn't affected by said outage at minute 14. My ass. See, the thing is, they decide those offsides. They decide those offsides by the automatic offside. The automated offside. So what are they going to do if it's down, which means do nothing, I guess? Because, I mean, that play looked offside before the penalty. It did. So it should have been called back in general. And then again, I mean, they sort of punted the ball away just quick enough so the goalie ran into the guy instead of the ball. So they kind of gamed themselves into a penalty. Good clearance by Australia. Playing forward. Ball crossed in. "13 minutes in, that's out." Okay, so everything else worked as usual. Okay, fair enough. So I guess it wasn't offside. So I guess Qatar didn't get screwed. Okay. They just couldn't make the animation. Okay, I see what you're saying. That sucks. 13th minute. "14 minutes in. 0-0. Turkey looked really good. Australia looked like they're just fast enough to handle them, but it doesn't look pretty. The White House looks like a carnival. Have you seen the aerial shots? No, I've only seen shots of like the stage and the octagon, like in the rain, like a window. They're intense, yeah. But I think Haiti also played well. "15th minute. Australia playing it backwards. "15th minute. Playing forward. Torre tries to get into the box, but it's kicked away for a corner. Türkiye is really, I mean, both these teams are solid, but Türkiye just looks a little bit better, in my opinion. A little bit more energetic. Oh, no. 16th minute. Ball crossed in. Punched away. Header. Goal kick. It's Turkey and UEFA. The AFC. UEFA. Turkey's in UEFA. They've been in the Euros. I mean, as long as Turkey doesn't piss off Europe, I'm sure they'll stay in UEFA. Same thing with Azerbaijan. Like, Azerbaijan arguably can be in Asia as well, AFC as well. Like, the thing that got me, here's the thing that got me. Like, in the eyes of football, Azerbaijan is European. In the eyes of Formula One, it's Asian. Because at the end of the European stint of the season, when they went to Azerbaijan at the end of it, in October of last year. They were like, the European stretch of the season is over after the last European Grand Prix. I'm like, technically, no. Azerbaijan and football eyes is UEFA. So I guess maybe Azerbaijan's in the Asian FIA department, confederation, sub-confederation, I guess. And in UEFA, in football, they're in UEFA, which that just makes no sense. But okay, fine. Shot over the bar. But then again, Australia's in AFC, so who knows? Most of Russia's in Asia. Oh, yeah, also, yeah, Russia tried to threaten to go to AFC as well. And I think Israel could technically threaten to go to the AFC as well at some point. Well, they haven't done it. Well, have they done it? Either way. Israel could also threaten to go to the AFC because they're around all those Arab nations that play in Asia. That would be a holy war. That would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea. 19th minute. You know, yeah, actually, would Israel even get any home games if they played in AFC? I don't think they would. Hell, would the teams playing them at home, like if it was supposed to be in Saudi Arabia, would they even get a home game? I know damn well they wouldn't be able to play in Iran. Oh my God. I think that's probably why they're in UEFA, is to block from that. Russia might be in the World Cup of hockey in a few years. There's a lag on your stream. I can't be... Either I'm behind or it doesn't look bad, so it's probably I'm behind on whatever. Okay. 0-0. Australia playing forward. '21st minute. Sound is off. Hold on. We good? Ozan, Kabak, yes, he played center back. Türkiye flags. I don't see any lag. Can you hear me, Rory? Because he said mic is off. Anybody else? Can anybody else hear me? 21st minute. I don't know why my mic would be off, but... Seth Rollins replayed his theme song on Instagram. Audio's good. Okay, good. Maybe it's a him problem. It would have to be, I think. But either way, 22 minutes. Now, is it possible my actual voice is going? I don't know. My throat is kind of scratchy right now. I'm not going to lie. Oh. My computer is not hydration break. The volume's not up on my computer. So that doesn't make any sense. My headphones, it's better now. My headphones are upstairs, so even if this was connected on Bluetooth, my headphones are upstairs, so there's no way that would be a case. And yeah, that my Bluetooth's off. So It's not like I took my phone up at all anyway, so that's impossible. How did Switzerland not beat Qatar? Because they allowed a goal late and they couldn't score a second? Some really good goalie play, I gotta say. It's better now. Okay. Hydration break going on. I'm going to be live for Japan, and I'll be rooting for Japan, yes. Again, I'm live for every game. Yeah, New York won the NBA championship. Does that help Canada's group now? Yes. Well, oh, right. No era penal. No era penal! No era penal! Pinche FIFA, no era penal! Sorry. Oh, man, that is one of the things I always, every time the World Cup is on. I wouldn't mind that. I would not complain at all. Unless you just want me to be happy. I mean, if you're saying that in sort of a way of like, hey, we're going to exile you to Japan, like, that's awesome. No complaints. No complaints one bit. I'm down. I'll go myself. You don't even have to escort me. I will take my luggage and frickin' walk to the plane myself. No question. Kansas City wasn't bad either. Okay. I am not drunk. I am a chaos gremlin. There is a difference. 25th minute. I am a chaos gremlin. There is a difference. Okay, now that's a problem. Bucky's, now you pissing me off. Second half, or 25th minute. Well, technically the second quarter. Hell no. 25th minute. Waffle House, I can live with it. '26th minute. Türkiye playing forward. Shot save. Damn. Shot, goal. Australia lead. Nesteri Irakunda scores a goal against the run of play. That feels familiar. 1-0. 1-0 Australia. Nesteri Irakunda scores against the run of play, just like he did against Canada, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever that was. 26th minute. I don't know if they're shit. They've played well, but they've allowed one as well. What a save. What do you mean, what a save? Am I that behind? Over the top. What a pass. Irakunda runs onto it, parts it, puts it a bit wide, cuts it in, runs onto it without the defender getting there, and then slots it home. That's what I'm talking about. Nice play. '28th minute. 28th minute. That was a damn good play. Damn good pass. Sort of passed it to himself, grounded the defender, and then boom. 27th minute. That's how you do it. 1-0 Australia. Are Türkiye frauds? Again. We're about to find out. Are Türkiye frauds? We're about to find out. Again. For the 5th time in 6 goals and 16 international appearances. He's good. Out for a goal kick. He's good. '29th minute, 1-0. What are you talking about? Australia's never been an easy team. Never said that either. What I'm saying is Türkiye are frauds. Because a dark horse, in my opinion, Australia is a good team. But on that same token, people are acting like Türkiye's dark horses are better than Australia. If Türkiye are dark horses, they win this game. If they're actually the dark horses people think they are, they win this game. Didn't say Australia would get their ass kicked. I said Türkiye would win. Now, of course, there's 60 minutes left. Off the post. Been cleared by Australia. A draw doesn't exactly move me. People act like Türkiye are better on paper than Australia. Okay, so if they're the dark horses you think they are, win. 30th minute. That's all I'm saying. Shot off the post. Boom. Damn. 30th minute. Turkey blasting. I'm really no, I'm not. Cleared out, 31st minute. Do you remember the Not It Rain super chats for like 15 minutes? Yeah. Well, it's happened a couple of times. Those are fun nights. It's been a while. It's been a while. Playing forward. Turkey has the ball. They're not winning the World Cup. Do I think Canada could win their group? Yes. Do I think they're going to win a couple of knockout games? Yes. 8-match unbeaten streak for Turkey. 7 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. That's in trouble. Do I think Canada's going to win the World Cup? I'm not that crazy. "33rd minute. Like, saying Canada would win the World Cup is pretty damn crazy. Even I'm not that crazy. Like, would I be happy if they did it? Yeah. Would it be like Chelsea winning the Club World Cup last year? Yes. Would it be like, you know what? I'm probably not going to believe this is going to happen until it actually happens. It worked out there. Playing forward, Türkiye cleared away by Australia, caught by the keeper. Well, bounced back anyway, but 33rd minute. Beach looks pretty solid. Turkey has had most of the momentum this match, but Australia got one against the run of play. Damn good goal, though. If they make it to semifinals, I will start believing. I mean, I don't know. It depends on who they play. Youngest Australian FIFA World Cup goal scorer, Irakunda. Wow. Hey, he got them their first point at a World Cup. You know what? Deserved. You know what? Deserved. I mean, they have the money to buy a damn Rolls Royce Phantom. Qatari ruling people and all that. They got the money. Yeah. The guy who scores them their first goal at the first goal at a World Cup to get them a point. You're damn right he should. Damn right. That's exactly what it should be. I mean, the USA actually looked pretty good, though. The USA actually looked pretty good, though. Cross in by Turkey, a header, drops down, shot, wide. Originally from Burundi, fled to Tanzania as a war refugee, moved to Australia. Damn, that is a crazy story. And he made it through all that to play football at a World Cup. Respect. I respect that. He's been fighting all his life to get to a place like this, and he scored a goal in the World Cup. I respect that, man. Respect. '36 minute. Australia plays it over the top. Cross, brought down, that's out. I think the Japan game will be crazy tomorrow. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. '37th minute. I like how the Aussies play. Yeah, they play tough. They play fast. They play tough. They defend well. They may not get many chances and many momentum, but they get it. Good pickup by the goalie. Heads up play there. Scrappy, yeah. Yeah. 37th minute. 37th minute. Arda Güler is too soft. SAWFT, soft. Playing forward. Here comes Australia. Australia down, and that'll be picked up by Turkey at... Oh, actually. Throw in for Australia. Okay. Kadioglu got beat to the ball. Headed on. Over the bar. Thirty-eighth minute. Turkey has more possession, but Australia has the lead. 39th minute. Thirty-ninth minute. Headed away. Look. 40th minute. Do you bet on any platforms? Not really. Not really, no. 40th minute. Oh. 40th minute. Three shots to 8, one shot on goal to 2. 1-0 Australia. 5 minutes to go with the half. Playing forward over the bar. 42 minutes. Australia, they're figuring out how to play Turkey. Well, buzz on Brazil and England getting inspiration from New York that they can win the World Cup. I don't know why Brazil would get inspiration from them. It's not like Brazil's that bad. Well, or at least not longingly that bad. Arda Güler, the UEFA Champions League Young Player of the Season. You don't look like it, that's for sure. Why does everything have to go through Arda Güler? Because he's their star boy. And he plays a forward position. I mean, you would think Çalhanoğlu could shoot. I mean, I think he can. Tried. Koku, maybe. I don't get it. Like, yeah, I think that's sort of part of the problem with Türkiye is like they're trying to let everything go through Arda Güler. You're right. Putting too much on him, I think. But there are players who could shoot, so I don't understand why. It's like they're hanging him out to dry more than anything. "43rd minute. Goal kick, 44th minute. Playing forward. Oh! Gets it cleared. 1 minute to go before stoppage time. I mean, honestly, yeah. It looks to me like they're eating shit. Playing forward. Here comes Australia. Final 30 seconds of regular time in the first half. Shot saved! Irakunda almost got a second. Wow. Goes down. Honestly, keeps playing like this, he might get a hat trick. Four minutes of stoppage time. "45th minute. You mean Javinko, hopefully. You mean Javinko, hopefully. Playing forward. Please don't tell me you mean the other one. Yeah, but Javinko was actually good for TFC, and he was short too. Javinko. Header. You realize how bad you have to be to make the TFC fan base hate you as a short Italian who's supposed to be a playmaker? Do you realize how bad you have to be? Like, if he just lived up to somewhat of his potential or what people expected him to do, I don't think people would have hated him as badly. Insigne, I should say. Even if he filled half of... I don't know what to think of the Swiss-Qatar game. Because if we somehow finish top of the group, don't we play harder competition? Also, if we shit the bed against Qatar on Thursday, it's over for us. Yeah. Canada has to win. But I think if we win our game, we play a third-place team. Or we'll win our group, we play a third-place team in the round of 32. And our round of 16 tie, if I remember correctly, would be Portugal if we won the group. And I think that's winnable. So I didn't say Canada would, but I think they could. 47th minute. So I got a feeling Türkiye is going to lose this. Probably. 48th minute. I would rather not play Portugal, though. Again, I think that game's winnable. I do. Did anybody think Morocco for Portugal they were going to lose that game until they lost that game? Canada's in a similar position. Here's a chance. Türkiye. Shot blocked away. Waited too long. They can't figure out the defense. Well, I don't think Portugal's defense is as good as... if you're talking about Canada, I don't think Portugal's defense is as good as Bosnia's. Or Switzerland's or Qatar's, for that matter. Why would there be pressure? Like, I don't even think that game would be hosted in Canada, one. Second of all, it's Portugal. Half of Toronto, like a good portion of Toronto would want Portugal to win that game. Let's be real. I don't think there's pressure there. I think there's a, hey, it is what it is. Do what you got to do. I don't see why there would. Canada's never made a knockout stage before. They play a team like Portugal, they'd be like, well, you know, I think the game's winnable. I didn't say that I'd be overly mad if they lost. Halftime, 1-0 for Australia. We'll take a short break at halftime with the stats, get this one going. Sit tight. We will be back. 45 more minutes to go, and then after the stream is over, I'm done. That Australian's almost perfect. What do you mean by that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I try. With that being said, we'll take a short break at halftime with the stats. No, I do not miss Insigne, and I'm glad his ass got relegated and Serie B or whatever with Pescara. I'm glad his ass. That Australian defense is perfect. Okay, I was like, I barely even said anything in an accent. Not that I have a good Australian accent. I don't think I do. Fake one. I don't think I do. With that being said, short break. Sit tight. Be back. We're back for the stats of the half. We're back for the stats of the half. 31% possession to 69% possession. 4 shots to 10. 2 shots on goal to 2. We got 123 accurate passes to 331. 79% pass accuracy to 91% pass accuracy. 2 corners to 2. 4 shots to 10. 2 shots off goal to 5. 2 shots on goal to 2. We got 156 passes to 362. 79% pass accuracy to 91% pass accuracy. 5 throws to 12. 7 touches opposition box to 11. 0 offside to 1. 0 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 5 fouls to 1. And it is 1-0 to Australia. And frankly, I think Australia have been very good against the run of play. Turkey is trying to force it through Arda Güler, which is not working out well at all. Yes, I miss Bernadeschi, though. I do. Trying to force it through Arda Güler, which is not working at all. Turkey are getting forward. They're getting there fast, but they're pushing it through a guy who just doesn't seem to have it when it comes to his level, so to speak. I would be very, very miffed. If I am a Turkey fan, I'd be very miffed that tactically it doesn't seem like they truly get it. If I'm a fan of Australia, Australia's doing exactly the way you think they would. Playing tough. Playing tough and playing fast. Not surprising overall. But such is life. We'll get going. We'll see how this second half goes. Yilmaz is coming off for Yildiz. Yilmaz off for Yildiz. Second half, here we go. We will begin. And then we have 10 or 45 minutes, and then how many minutes of stoppage time we have. We are off. And here we go. 45 more minutes to go in this game. Cleared away. And Turkey has the ball. "45th minute. Cross behind. Shot saved. "46th minute. Yildiz might make an impact. I mean, I would think so. That he would make an impact. I mean, that wouldn't shock me. "47th minute. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm still streaming. I'm still streaming. More than I ever did. 46th minute. I'm curious to see if Argentina or Spain will be dominant. I mean, I think they will be, at least Spain. Argentina, I think they'll win their games, but dominance, that's more of a question. But that's why we watch these games. Playing forward. Going forward. Torre. Australia has a chance. Crossed. Corner. Deflected away. Think he tried to curl it, boss, but it wasn't exactly there for him. 48th minute. Corner here. Fair enough, but I feel like Mexico, header down. Can the Ottomans figure out the Australian defense? As far as I can see so far, no. But I think they're trying to. Also, doesn't help them. They're pushing it through Arda Güler. Unbeaten in the last 9 matches when leading at halftime is Australia. To be honest, this sounds more like a World Cup match than the United States inaugural match, and this isn't even a host match. Well, that's what happens when you expand the World Cup. Paraguay is a Copa America team to me. You know? Like, they don't seem like, they're not a World Cup team in my eyes. Like, as in, I don't think of Paraguay as a World Cup team. My memories of Paraguay playing games are from CONMEBOL qualifiers, friendlies, and Copa America. Turkey and Australia are 2 World Cup teams to me. Like, they feel like World Cup teams. Bosnia does not feel like a World Cup team to me. Playing forward. Headed away. Blocked away by Australia. Bosnia does not feel like a World Cup team to me. Corner for Türkiye. Canada, I know they are. Still doesn't feel right to me, I won't lie. I'm glad they're there, but it still doesn't feel right to me. Mexico and South Africa, that feels like a World Cup match. Because it was 16 years ago. So, that feels like a World Cup match to me. South Korea, Czechia, not exactly. Not exactly. Qatar, Switzerland. Not really, no. Switzerland, yes. Qatar, no. Haiti versus Scotland, no. It does not. And Brazil, Morocco does. Brazil, Morocco does. But other than that, this is the Turkey people are hopping up. USA fixing to top this group easy. Yeah, exactly. Is there anything I missed? Like, besides South Korea or South Africa and Mexico, so far, this is the match that sounded most like a World Cup match on paper. Like, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're all World Cup matches, but you get my point. I mean, either one side of the game doesn't sound like a World Cup match or none of it does in most of these matches. But that's what happens when you expand the World Cup. Who? Europeans were all confused when the United States was playing because the stadium was a lot quieter than they expected. Yeah, but if the USA was doing their chance, if the American Outlaws were doing their chance, they get called out for that too. So you can't win either way. Either way, 51st minute plays it backwards. They need better chance. I agree. I'm not saying that that's wrong. But USA couldn't win for losing is my point. They're too quiet. They're going to get called out for being too quiet at a home World Cup. They make their chance. The Europeans are going to be like, those chants are stupid. They can't win for losing. I have no idea who those are. What happened with Brunson? Switzerland and Turkey are some of the most overrated national teams, but they're there, though. 53rd minute. Connor McDavid was at the World Cup game. Huh, what do you know? Header saved! Cleared! Australia still has it. Header. Well, if they're overrated, Canada's going to win. Advantage played. Header shot! Does not get there. Still with Australia. Australia on the ball. 54th minute. Playing forward. 7 shots to 3, or 7 shots on regular, 3 shots on goal, 14-3. That just shows you how bad Türkiye is with their chances. 54th minute. Playing forward. Ooh. Not going to lie, Australia leaving the OFC is probably the best thing to ever happen to them. Says the man who absolutely loves the OFC Pro League. Says the man who hypes up New Zealand to hell and back until they got their shit rocked by Haiti. Okay. That's kind of ironic. That's kind of ironic. Wouldn't you think? That's kind of ironic. So it's like, oh, the OFC has the Pro League and New Zealand's better than you think. And then they get their shit rocked by Haiti. Who arguably, I love the OFC because it's authentic and real. Fair enough. That's why I love CONCACAF. '55th minute. Well, also because of the fact I live in it, but you get my point. Free kick for Türkiye. Like, yes, was that the best thing Australia did? Yes. Don't think there was a card there. No. I'm just hoping USA beat both of these teams. I think they will. I think they will. If they play like they did against Paraguay, I think they do. The question is will they play these guys like they played Paraguay? Was it just Paraguay? 56th minute. Or was it the USA's actually good? Shot, save, rebound, cleared. Oh my God. He had the ball at his feet. And they think there's a handball there. Ref warned him. Saw fans crying in the stands. Saw Chris Wood cry when New Zealand qualified for the World Cup. It generally means something. As it should. Corner. Türkiye has asked, how do you have the ball at your feet and then just not even look and then not even try to score it? That's crazy, man. It is a corner. No handball. Türkiye was appealing for handball and they didn't get it. Header. Headed down. Over the bar. Jesus Christ. '57th minute. Türkiye is ass. Yes, they are. You're lucky I'm not doing an RSR. Türkiye fans are lucky I'm not doing an RSR for this game because the F1 Grand Prix is 8 in the morning. Because if it was, I'd be saying y'all are a joke. Dark Horse is my fucking ass. Dark Horse is my fucking ass. Stop this shit. I never want to hear it again. I never want to hear it again. Stop it. Get some help. I never want to hear it again. Türkiye Dark Horse is my fucking ass. 58th minute. I don't want to hear that shit. Not anymore. Not anymore. Anybody but Türkiye. Huh. Huh. Türkiye is struggling to score right now. Yep. Because they're either not seeing the ball at their feet, they're pushing it through a guy that just ain't got it tonight, or '58th minute. Imagine waking up at 6 a.m. to watch this in Türkiye. I'd be pissed. If it was me, I'd be pissed. I believe Mexico could beat South Korea. I said I agree with that. I agree with that. Saved. Yes, El Nini. How we doing? England's World Cup boots stolen before first training session in Kansas City. Oh my God, that is hilarious. That is, oh my God. Can't have shit in Kansas City. Go check the catalytic converter on the team bus. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? 60th minute. Go check the catalytic converter on the team bus. Damn, Kansas City. I didn't realize it was... I thought that was some St. Louis shit. Who's stealing football boots? Ay, ay, ay. Iracunda's coming off for Australia. They're taking him off 60 minutes in for Volupele. I didn't know Goulet was Turkish. I thought he was German. What? How do you not? How? How did you not? Either I do live under a rock, or you have blinders on. Bro plays in La Liga. Well, okay, Germans do play in La Liga, but very rarely. Maybe not as rare as Englishmen, but still. Okay, yeah. What? Hey, maybe the Australian League's growing really well. That's apparent. That's apparent. 61st minute. That's obvious. Playing forward. Where? That's obvious. 61st minute. Infantino's in Vancouver. Egghead. Bro. Koku is off for Türkiye for Akgun. Of these European national teams, none of them have impressed me in the slightest. Honestly, I agree. But these aren't your Englands or Spains or Netherlands or, well, Netherlands is like in between Türkiye and England or Spain, you know, or France or Portugal, for better or for worse. These are the mid guys. You know, these are the Euro quarterfinal losers, you know, type of guys, you know. To keep that in perspective, Czechia is a team who would lose in the round of 16 or quarterfinals of the Euro at best. Same with, well, Switzerland. Yeah, sure. Türkiye, yeah. Who else? Bosnia hadn't even, did they even make the Euros? Maybe 2021, did they? I feel like they did, like after they made the World Cup. I think it was 21, yeah. Yeah, but the Jobbers aren't at the World Cup. Except for Bosnia. That's mean. They drew you. Yeah, Canada should have won. We sort of screwed ourselves more than anything. At least we drew. Australia. But hey, at least Bosnia has an awesome song. I am from Bosnia, take me to America. I really want to see Statue of Liberty. I can no longer wait. Take me to United States. Take me to Golden Gate. I will assimilate. Okay, that is a good song. But that's all they have. Truly. And set pieces. Türkiye goes down. No free kick against. I'm honestly surprised. Playing forward. Not going to lie, I thought Canada would have won against Bosnia at least 2-0. I mean, again, the way the game played out, if Canada could have finished, they would have won 2-1, but, you know, maybe 3. But they didn't. Sometimes that's how it goes. 65th minute. '65th minute. Okay. Playing forward, blocked away, 65th minute. '65th minute. They're going viral right now. Huh. Haven't seen it. 66th minute. Blocked away. Playing forward. Australia. Oh, pushed off the ball. Even more when they do the chant during the match. Speaking of chants, whatever, no, I won't. Playing forward, I won't. '67th minute. Hydration break. Final hydration break of the day. Thank the gods. Thank the gods. So be it, right? Hey, we got a sub. Yay, lovely. Commercial break. You're watching on Fox 2, eh? This ain't the Super Bowl. I don't want to be reminded. Antoine Griezmann still hasn't debuted for Orlando yet. Well, wait, no, he's not playing for France, isn't he? Second of all, MLS hasn't played since 2 weeks before the World Cup. When was the last? Spanish networks aren't playing ads. I know. Telemundo's not playing ads. I know. And it's behind again. I'm watching this World Cup for the GOAT, Finn Sermon, says Dillon. Well, understandable. 70th minute. I'm watching this World Cup because it's the World Cup. What? Finn Sermon is a New Zealand guy. And Finn Sermon sounds a lot more Nordic than anything else, if I'm honest. '70th minute. '70th minute. There's a guy with the last name Italiano. It's literally Italiano. Well, I think there is a big... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I hope he has Italian blood, because that would be weird if he didn't. Yeah. 71st minute. 1-0. I mean, I hope he has Italian blood, because it'd be weird if he didn't. Timber should pick up World Cup coach. The World Cup coach if they can. Yeah, I guess so. If he has no Italian blood, it's pretty funny. That'd be crazy. Having Italiano as your last name, but no Italian blood. That'd be like, oh. '71st minute. World Cup final gonna be in a parking lot in New Jersey. Sane. Shot blocked away. MetLife Stadium did look good for Brazil and Morocco. I can't lie, but I still think they should have the final be at Estadio Azteca. But if they had the final, it should have been at SoFi or AT&T Stadium. I mean, fair enough, but Azteca. Ball crossed in, header. It should have been Azteca. I know it was an American World Cup and the bid was led by America, but it just feels hollow to me. Like the Club World Cup being at Dreadlands, I mean, that wasn't bad. But that was the Club World Cup, and it was all American cities. I think the Dreadlands is one of the biggest NFL stadiums in the world, I think. Held scoreless once in their last 10 FIFA World Cup matches, Türkiye. Well, it looks like Australia's going to do it. Going to Guadalajara to see Colombia versus DR Congo. That's awesome. Estadio Akron is amazing. I've always wanted to go there. I do love that stadium. It's definitely a stadium I'd like to be at. The fact it's built into a mountain, it's got to be one of the best Mexican stadiums. Or a hill. You know what I mean? Hill. That's crazy, man. I love that stadium. I love that stadium. 73rd minute. Wish Club World Cup comes back to the U.S., but this time with more and better promotion. Well, it sounds to me, from what I'm hearing, Italiano and Torre are off for Australia for Jeria and Vengi. Or was that a Y? Could be Yankee, actually. Either way. 74th minute. I think what's going to happen, what it sounds like to me, is the Club World Cup will be back in the USA. Shot! Goal! Goal! Australia 2-0! Is that Sutar? 74th minute. What a banger. Australia makes it 2 against the run of play. Golazo. Okay, so Gio Reyna has some competition for goal of the tournament. Golazo. Wonderful. Yeah, it's over now. It's over now. Turkey, hold that L. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. What a goal. My word. Oh, Metcalf with a shot. Wow. Damn, that goalie. He should have had that. You really want to save there. Hold that. Metcalf. Finally, an outside the box shot. Are you forgetting Gio Reyna? Gio Reyna had an outside the box shot. Why are we forgetting this? Stop the Gio Reyna slander. Connor Metcalf with a goal. '75th minute. 2-0. Gio Reyna is that dude. Gio Reyna is that dude. I may be a Canada fan, but I'm a noted Gio Reyna stan. Gio Reyna is that dude. I'm tired of the slander of Gio Reyna. Turkey getting cooked like it's a Thanksgiving. Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. Word life. Word life. 77th minute. That would have worked better if I was wearing jorts, but it's fine. Header. Shot! Saved! Right into the hands of the goalie. Oh my God. Türkiye is ass. Oh my God. Oh my God. This Beach kid is good. That should have been 2-1. This Beach kid is freaking good. Like, he's their backup. I would assume so. And maybe I'm wrong. I would assume he's their backup. And he just, this kid is good. He's made some really good saves. 72nd or 78th minute. Dude's made some good saves. Ball crossed in, cleared away. Out for a throw. Türkiye are fraud. Take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. '79th minute. '79th minute. It wasn't intentional. Paraguay, take notes. If I hear one Turkey dark horse shout the 2028 Euros, I'm going to crash out. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, my brother. I was pissed off about in 2021. After how 2021 ended, I was pissed off about it the next tournament. They pull this shit again in 28. I'm going to lose my mind. It's more, you know what's more likely than Turkey winning the Euros? Italy. Then again, it'd be funny if Mancini won another Euros if he came back. It'd be funny. Screw it. Why not? USA Australia is going to be a banger, and USA versus Turkey too. I don't know about that second one. But sure. If Turkey is better, maybe, but if they were a dark horse candidate, they shouldn't be losing to Australia. At least not this way. No. Crying. Mulder, Yuksek, and Chelikarov for Olskan and Mulder. 80th minute. This is the worst. Frauds. Arda Güler. No. 81st minute. I'm not saying that, but that was funny. I'm not reading that back, but that was funny. I feel sorry for whoever gets Australia next, to be honest. I think it's USA, yeah? I think USA Turkey has match day 3. Oh. Well, we'll see if Australia's for real, too. Or if the USA were actually good instead of just being Paraguay. Why do you hate Galatasaray fans? The shit they do to you. What'd they do to you? 81st minute. 82nd minute. I mean, I don't mind Turkey. I don't mind Turkey. There's been a lot of Canadians to play in Turkey. Most delusional fans, I swear to God. They still haven't done anything to you, though. 82 minutes. $83 minutes. The defense literally did everything today. It was so hard to get spaces against them. Yeah, exactly. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, yeah, I love the way Australia is playing defense. They're like, perfect, you know? I love it. Ball crossed in. '83rd minute. Behic and Irvine, who I thought would have started, are coming off the bench. Yeah, dislike's a better word. I agree. Dislike is a better word. Like, they didn't do anything to you. They're just dumbasses. There's a difference. They're just foolish dumbasses. There's a difference. Ha! Irvine and Behic on 84th minute. I'm surprised. I thought they would have started, frankly. But it all worked out, so let it all work out. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. No. I'm just saying, hatred's a different thing. Scotty's in a box. In a box. Shut the fuck up. Oh, you just knew that was going to happen. Oh, you just knew that was going to happen. Brazil did not look good. Oh, Lord, what? Yellow how? World Cup after dark. I didn't expect this, but of course it was going to happen. Wow. World Cup after dark. I did not expect this, but of course it was going to happen. Oh, Lord. Football swim. Brackets. Achakoglu is off for Denise Gould. No subs left for either team. 85th minute. I'm on a roll. I'm not even lying. I'm on a roll, man. Free kick. Türkiye shot saved. Yeah, goalie man of the match. You know what? I'm calling it now. Screw it. I don't care. Patrick Beach, man of the match. Since I'm not making a review, Patrick Beach, man of the match. You know what? I got an idea. He plays in Melbourne City, eh? 22? You know what? Screw it. He can't be that... He couldn't be that expensive, yeah? You know what? I want him in MLS. He's better than Luka Gavrin. He's better than Luka Gavrin, for sure. Yeah, no, he'd be amazing in MLS. I'm sure he'd be pretty cheap, too. And a U22 signing. Yeah, I like that. He looks good to me. Beach would kill it in MLS. I agree. I mean, the saves that he's made, man. Perfect. And hey, he goes for the ball with two hands. Neither here nor there, though. Okay, so Gio Reyna and Patrick Beach. Okay, that's the shopping list. Would you like him at Chelsea over Robert Sanchez? I mean, he'd be better than Robert Sanchez, but I'd rather have him in Toronto. So Toronto FC's MLS shopping schedule or shopping list from the World Cup. Gio Reyna and Patrick Beach. so far. Well, not that they would do it, but call the Pirate, they'll do it. Call the Pirate, they would be doing it. But, a.k.a. more like my shopping list. But, you know, yeah, give me Gio Reyna and Patrick Beach. They don't want to play him in Europe. Gio needs a coach who believes in him. Gio needs a coach who believes in him. That's when he performs the best. And then we need an actual good goalie. So, yeah. If Europe don't want to play him, bring him back to MLS. Gio, of course. With a coach who actually believes in him and thinks he's a damn good player and actually would give him the reins to rule everything. Sounds good to me. And then we need a goalie because Gavrin is ass. What else is there? Honestly, shot save. 89th minute. That's about it. I mean, Bajar Akterovic is staying in Europe, so I'm not, no. He came from MLS, now he's in Europe. Good for him, too. And doing solidly as well. The Liga MX players are not, no, that doesn't matter. Iracunda, but he plays at a good team, doesn't he? He plays at Watford. Yeah, no. Well, actually. Well, shit. If we went for Josh Sargent, why didn't we go for this guy? The fuck? And it wouldn't have had the damn USA. And we wouldn't have the damn USA tax either. Dude plays for frickin' Watford. And he's worth $13 million, and he wouldn't have had the English tax or the American tax. And he's a striker. He can play striker. What are we doing? But no, Josh Sargent. I mean, hey, if Messi couldn't do it, what else is going to do it? 90th minute. Headed away. One more. Six minutes of stoppage time. 6 minutes. Are you kidding me? Well, '90th minute. Ha. No. '91st minute. Six minutes. 2-0 Australia. Not that Europe leagues suck, they're good, but I wish people showed more respect to MLS. Well, I agree. And you would think with Messi, more people would watch. But here's also the thing that I think. I think MLS doing the double paywall for a couple of years was a bad idea. Now it's only a single paywall. It's a little bit better. But I think when it comes down to it, Türkiye's 8-match unbeaten streak is about to end in 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. I wish they would too, but if people watched MLS, they would see it's not as bad as they think. Like, yeah, MLS, there were problems with it back in the day. I'm not saying there wasn't, but MLS 3.0 and 4.0 have been very competitive leagues that are about as good as the championship, if not a little bit better. And if it ain't a little bit better, it's at least entertaining. You know, I feel like, but the weird thing is, the calendar switch will help. I hope so, because I still don't exactly like the calendar switch, but I've accepted it. I still think it's a bad idea, especially for the northern teams and all that. At least there's a winter break. That makes things a little bit more tolerable. I've accepted it, though, because that's all I can do at this point. I still think it's a dumb idea, but, you know, whatever. Maybe it does exactly what they think it does. I don't know. Maybe it does exactly what they think it does. Maybe we have to be more like Europe to get the respect of Europe. Maybe we have to have the same schedule as them. Maybe we have to be more of a selling league to them. Maybe. See, because the A-League, because you don't see the Europeans say anything bad about the A-League. You know, like, it's about as good of a league as MLS, if not MLS is better, but MLS and A-League are pretty similar. Newer leagues from countries that are smaller in football that try to be big, you know? And you don't see Europeans complain about the A-League. They give it the respect it deserves. I think it's around, I think MLS is a little bit better. But honestly, but they're very similar. I'd say they're close in quality, but you don't. I think the MLS having the shenanigans it did and what it was back in the day. Well, there's something called video support, the CPL, that's similar to that they're testing right now, and I like it. So I hope it comes through to the rest of the leagues. Yeah. Exactly. But there's playoffs in. But speaking of the A-League, there's playoffs in the A-League. So, the grand final series, there's playoffs there. But you don't complain about it with them. But us. Cross it. It's all the shenanigans of how it started and the fact of, like, it did start as a retirement home. At least when it really started to get off the ground. Header. But Australia, well, kind of did too, honestly. Yeah, but it's not at the end of the domestic leagues. But you're right. Like, to decide the... Yeah, and you don't see them complaining about that either. And that's 2 times a year. So, pick and choose. I feel like it's just Anglo hate, really. Especially English. I mean, I feel like it's just they feel like they're above America and above North America, you know? And the bulk of the teams are in the USA, so... Yeah, it's an American thing, but other leagues that aren't American have playoffs. So, 96-minute. And this should be full time in seconds. And it's full time! Australia wins 2-0. The full-time score is 2-0. And Australia wins. Türkiye are a bunch of frauds. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Subscribe. Hit that hype button to put this up in the algorithm. Hit that join button to become a member. Send super chats on the live streams. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within... Not the hour. I will see you at 8 a.m. in the morning, 7:55 Central, for the Formula One Barcelona Catalonia Grand Prix. I will be up for that in like 6 hours. 7 hours. With that being said, I'll see you in about 8 hours. With that being said, yeah. And then, of course, all 4 games on Sunday. live and review for all, or live for all 4, review for Germany, Curacao, and Japan, Netherlands. Then the late 2 are just lives. Then Monday, all 4 games. And we go the same amount, same way. With that being said, I'm running them out. Peace. See ya. If you thought today was crazy, tomorrow's going to be even crazier. Peace. Well, shit. If you thought yesterday was crazy, today's going to be even crazier. You know what I mean.